In this video, we'll talk about rescheduling an existing ride and maybe some thinking for how far out do I want to have that ride scheduled. And what I mean by that is typically with Club Express, when we have a weekly recurring ride, we would just schedule it out for the entire year. I could still do that if I wanted to with Ride Stats, but instead I'm only going to keep my rides scheduled out a few weeks in advance. And the reason for that is if you ever have to change anything that's already scheduled, you have to change each individual instance. There's no feature like you have, say, on your phone where you could just change everything in the future. It's a one-by-one thing. In order to avoid that, I'm only going to put a few weeks in advance because people know that it's a regular weekly ride. Whether I have it scheduled already for June really doesn't matter. So you can see in this example, I am the ride leader for the biggest ride ever. It is February 6th that I'm recording this. That's why that day is highlighted. But I'm only out for a couple more weeks. I want to be out a little bit farther than that. So I want to take my biggest ride ever and schedule it from the 27th, maybe say to the 13th or whatever the far in advance that I want to do. To do that, I'm going to go to the admin side of the site. Club Admin, I typically have to log in. I'm already logged in. You can see my name in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to go to Calendar and Rides, Rides and Schedule. Now you can sort this by a lot of different ways. I am already sorted by the biggest ride ever. And you can see the biggest ride ever. I've got the 30th, 13th, 20th. The 20th is the last day that I have this scheduled. I'm going to go over to the right-hand side. I'm going to pick, I want to schedule this again. Now what'll happen when that pops up, it's looking at the 27th already because I told it I do this on every Friday. It knows I'm already scheduled on the 20th. So by default, it says, I'm guessing you want this next one on the 27th. If I didn't, I'm scheduling this on a Saturday. I could change that date if I wanted to, but by default, it is looking for the very next Friday that's available, and I just hit submit to calendar. At this point, I can say I'm done. I don't want to schedule anymore, but I said I'd like to do this out for a few weeks. So what I really want to do is schedule this event on the next available day, which will be the next Friday that's available. I'll hit save. Submit to calendar. I'm going to do it again, save, submit to calendar, and now I am done. Back to my schedule. And if I go back to the calendar, you can see that that ride is now scheduled out through the 13th. Again, I can go farther out if I want. I don't have to go quite that far. That's something for you to decide. But I think as long as I'm about 3 to 4 weeks out, that's plenty of time.